And we're going to heat things up in studio right now. I don't know if you have dancing shoes nearby, or maybe you like to dance barefoot, but get ready to do some dancing in your kitchen or wherever you're listening from, because this Montreal artist sings in 4 languages. She grew up in an Italian home, but today we'll hear her brand new Spanish tunes. So get ready to salsa on this New Music Tuesday.
No sé si recuerdas que me conociste, todo aquel amor que tú me prometiste. Yo quería creerte, yo quería amarte, nunca pensé que eso podría pasar. Todavía recuerdo que te conocí.
Rhythm, the percussion, the trumpet. This has everything I love, Duke, and not to mention that voice and that Latin flair.
Well, Sabrina, look behind you. You saw all the rain and everything. Look, all of a sudden, everything just got brighter. All of a sudden, the sunshine is in the studio. You may have stopped the rain. The track that we just heard is No Quiero Más. If I mispronounce that, our guest is going to correct me. She's no stranger to Let's Go audience. As a matter of fact, the first time we had her on was when we were in the old building during COVID.
Yes.
Well, you were here. I was in the old building.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet face-to-face because it was lockdown. It was COVID times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we featured her at the 4:10 p.m. for New Music Tuesdays. So This is the first time I actually get to meet Claudia Lente, who's no stranger to you in person. So thank you very much for joining us for New Music Tuesdays. Montreal's own Claudia Lente. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to finally be here in the studio.
It's nice to see you in studio.
Yes.
You have a new EP coming out. It's called La Italiana de la Salsa.
La Italiana de la Salsa.
Did I say that?
La Italiana de la Salsa.
Now,
Sí.
It's coming out in October. There's going to be a launch at the Teatro La Plaza.
Yes.
You got all sorts of things happening. So it's fair to say that, this is a Latin album and you're experimenting with salsa and different things and all that.
Right.
Almost sounds like a bachata almost on this track that we just heard.
Well, no, this was a salsa, but the new album is going to be comprised of 4 salsas. So my last single, Sin Querer, as well as other singles coming this summer,
Nice.
and then the final one to close the album.
What made you decide to go in this direction?
Well, to be honest, it's a great question, because when I started my career in music, I always knew that I wanted to do Latin music. But coming back to music, I had to discover the field again and decide what I really wanted to do, what was going to represent me. But I've been dancing salsa for 10 years now. So I've always been part of this community. I've always loved the music. And it was just to fall upon the right people, to work with the right people, and to get my identity as an Italian Montrealer onto the salsa, because at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're giving it that Montreal flavor, different languages, and showcasing who I am and what I represent as an artist.
Who were some of the original Latin or salsa artists that you were into when you first discovered the music, before you decided to do it?
Oh, well, growing up, Marc Anthony was huge, I think, for everyone. Luis Miguel for my mother.
Your mother was a fan?
Yeah, my mom was a big, big fan of Luis Miguel. She was also a fan of disco and other things as well. So I'm made up of a lot of musical flavors.
What do you think is responsible for the biggest commercial breakthrough and acceptance that, salsa and all the various styles of Latin music have gotten in North America? What do you think is responsible for that?
Well, I'd like to talk about that for a second, because I think it's not given enough credit. But salsa originally, and there's a lot of debates on this, but it really does come from Cuba. And it made its way, different styles of music before it was called salsa, which is basically like a sauce, a fusion of different Latin music put together, came from Cuba and
we talked
went to
about
New
that
York.
here when we did salsa specials here. We gave the history. Oh, absolutely.
So I think that's what that was the big boom that happened in New York. And ever since, I think obviously it's been commercialized, but it's something that people just don't get tired of, because, we live in a world with so many problems, and salsa just makes everything okay.
And more than anything, people like to dance.
People love to dance. I love to dance, right? So, I mean, it's happiness. It's happiness in a room. And a lot of these salsa songs are actually like heartbreaking songs when you listen to the words, but it's crazy because you're just dancing to the heartbreak, right?
It's true. Sometimes you have to listen to a song 2 or 3 times and they say, oh, this is a sad song.
Yeah.
You never interpreted it that way.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it.
You mentioned, Claudia, you were searching at a point for, what would represent you as an artist.
Yes.
You move so effortlessly between English, French, Italian, Spanish.
Yes.
I'm familiar with you through the Italian community. You've performed at Italfest. You were part of an Italian singing competition too. And you also kind of did Italian covers, but to the Latin beat.
Yes.
What made you want to dip into that?
Well, because so one of the things I advocate for is fusion, because we're in Montreal. And I think that when communities come together, big things can happen. And I also am very much against people trying to put people in a box. So when I created my band called Dulce Vita, I wanted to take some Italian covers that I know have become salsas over the years, but that the Latin community doesn't necessarily know that they're Italian, originally Italian songs, and that Italians don't know exist in the salsa Spanish version. And so what my band and I did is we fused together the songs from both sides, and I sang them in Spanish and in Italian. Actually, that's what I did at CD Doll when I did the competition back in March.
Do you think Montreal, the music scene in general, that we get a lot of that because it is very diverse, that whatever it is that you're doing, a lot of times it does fuse with different musical styles?
I think that there's a lot more room for opportunity for fusion. I don't think that everyone I don't know if it's a question of courage or it's a question of not wanting to be criticized, because that will happen.
But why do you think we see more of that in Montreal than anything?
Well, I think we see more of it in Montreal because we're so multicultural. And I think that's the beauty of who we are. I mean, when I listen to music myself, even if I'm listening to something in French, I can identify to it, right? I'm a Montrealer. So that's what I want to do. The more flavors, the more colors I put into the music, the more people can identify with my music.
You have quite a diverse music taste, and even your own personal musical output has been very diverse.
That's right.
What are some of the different styles of music that you've been into that you've actually had the opportunity to record and perform?
So originally I started, my first song was Bye Bye Boy with Albi Passarelli, which was a pop rock. Not necessarily the genre that I think was meant for me, but it was a great start and it was a beautiful song. I then worked with Stephen Voice, as you know, R&B and some pop.
No stranger to our Let's Go audiences.
That's right.
Very talented young man.
And Stephen Voice is actually the reason that I'm rapping today, because I didn't know that I had that talent. I knew
you got skills and bars.
I got bars, but
you gonna drop bars here today?
No, I ain't dropping no bar. I mean, I could drop a bar for my next song if you want. I can drop it here. It's
okay, so when you come in to do that for New Music Tuesdays, you're gonna drop bars live.
I'll drop bars live. I can do that, no problem. I could.
Claudia, you mentioned you started off in rock pop. It wasn't quite a fit for you. What does that feel like? I mean, how do you sense if it's a fit?
Okay, so this is going to sound crazy, but as much as I love Bye Bye Boy, and I love that song because it's also a very personal song, and I do listen to rock, and I do listen to pop, and I listen to a whole bunch of things. I think for me, what salsa has been doing for me that no other genre has done for me is that it makes my blood boil. Like it makes...
What does that mean?
I just feel like everything in my body is on fire. I feel
It's a family show, eh?
It's like falling in love. It's like when you fall in love and you have like butterflies. That's what I feel when I'm listening to salsa. And so to be able to showcase my talent and put my bars and my style on a salsa is just so gratifying and satisfying for me.
All right. The name of the album is La Italiana de la Salsa.
That's right.
All right. That comes out in October. We're going to talk about the launch. You got some shows coming up as well. We're going to drop your latest single called Sin Querer.
Sin Querer.
Okay, talk to us about it.
So Sin Querer is a really, really cool song. It was recorded partially here in Montreal, partially in Havana, Cuba. And the music video is also filmed in Havana.
Is it out on YouTube right now?
Yes, it is.
So people can go to YouTube
People can go to YouTube and see it. Yes, okay. I scripted it. We filmed it. We edited it. It's really a wonderful story. It's a story that talks about falling in love without wanting to. So, sometimes falling in love is accidental. And we also took the opportunity to showcase my identity as Claudia Lenti, La Italiana de la Salsa, and that's what you'll hear in the bars.
Where did you film? You filmed it in Cuba, right?
Filmed it in Havana.
In Havana. Wow.
In Havana.
The musical capital of Cuba.
That's right.
All right, Sabrina, you ready?
I already heard it.
I'm not serious.
I've been listening to it since this morning.
Look how the sun is like seeping in here.
Out.
It's like
Perfect timing.
It's crazy. All right. So from the forthcoming album, La Italiana de la Salsa, comes out in October. There's going to be a launch. She's got some upcoming local shows as well. For New Music Tuesdays, our guest this week is Claudia Lenti, Montreal's own. This is called Sin Querer.
Buscándote, llamándote y sin querer sueño encontrarte. Ahora son frecuentes las veces que vuelvo a ver y sin querer vuelvo a pensarte. Encuentro la manera de olvidar tu nombre, llevo tu imagen tatuada en mi mente. Daría todo por no recordarte. Mi corazón de amarte. Nada es como antes, pero sigo siendo yo la misma. Esa mujer que te sueña en las noches sin querer y te sigue pensando sin querer. Nada es como antes, pero sigo siendo yo la misma. Esa mujer que te sueña en las noches y te sigue pensando sin querer. Quiero hacerte el amor, hoy quiero estar contigo, yo falla. Quiero ser de ti, llámate a mi manera. Nada es como antes, pero sigo siendo yo, dueña de tu corazón. Nada es como antes, pero sigue siendo tú, no me importa la razón. Andaré tu camino, estaré contigo, a donde vayas te seguiré, pues si sigo pensando y te sueño en mis noches. Hey papi, mira, I got something to tell you, baby. Soy la cava de sabor, una italiana lady. Olio picante en la boca, que ti brucias a ti boca. No ti piace, mi dispiace, always did it my way. Amando sin querer, ti voglio bene assai. Sin querer, con locura, no me cabe duda. Amando sin querer, quiero recordarte, pero me tiene. Amando sin querer, quiero recordarte, pero me tiene. Amando sin querer. Amando sin querer. Ya tú sabes. Amando sin querer. Sono fiera. A mi manera. La italiana de la salsa. Y tú eras. Es italiana, sí, she música cubana. Peperoncino en la pista, lleva toda la comida. Her seats will make you burn. She got the city dancing turns. Secure tu love for Montreal. Come on, pop. I know you love it. Can't deny it that you want me. Ukulele in that beat. My bonita type of heat. I'm the 8 to your 5, 6, 7. I'm the temptation that brings you to heaven. Amando sin querer. Lascio on the beat. Amando sin querer. Y controlando. Amando sin querer. Dile Martínez. Amando sin querer. Ahora sí.
Ahora sí, that really lit up, our spirit here, La Italiana de la Salsa. That one is Claudia Lenti. It's called Sin Querer. And you can look out for more of this Latin flair and these Spanish songs, but mixed in with Italian, with English. As you could hear all of this fusion that Claudia Lenti works towards.
Yes.
The EP comes out in October. It's called La Italiana de la Salsa. You're going to be launching that October 4th. Talk to us about that.
So October 4th, we have a big event planned. We actually have quite a few sponsors, some local radio stations that are going to be present. It's going to be a dance evening. We have 4 DJs from the Latin dance community. One of them who's a producer that I worked with for No Quiero Más, Ricky Campanelli. We will also have fusing my band with La Murga, who's another, we'll say, band that's doing a lot of great things for the Latin community here in Montreal. So we're fusing Dulce Vita with La Murga. It's being presented by by One Conga First Records, which is Lázaro Martina, my current producer, his company, as well as Lenti Productions. And there's going to be a live performance from my band with all of my new music and some of my old music that people can dance to. And the rest of the night will just be a night of, we have a red carpet. It's really going to be a nice VIP event.
You're also playing at the Old Port on August 24th.
That's
Talk
right.
to us about that.
We're going to be playing at Afro Monde at 7 p.m. Again, to showcase all my new music and also a few covers as well.
And August 31st?
August 31st, we're in Rythme Latin de Saint-Sauveur. So that's a big Latin festival in Saint-Sauveur that they do every year. We're going to be there performing, I think my set is 90 minutes, yeah.
We're going to be dancing all summer here.
Dancing all summer.
She's
That's
staying
right.
busy.
I am.
The name of the album is La Italiana de la Salsa. Comes out October. They're going to be launching it at Theatre La Plaza up on St. Hubert Street, October 4th. Claudia, thank you so much for dropping by.
Thank you guys so much. Honestly,
It was so great to have you in studio, Claudia Lenti. And until that album comes out in October, you can check out Sin Querer. It's out on YouTube. I was actually watching along while we were playing it, and some beautiful shots in Havana there. So Montreal's own Claudia Lenti. Claudia, we'll see you next time.